Well, hi, Cancers. Welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. Cancers, let's find out what you can expect coming up in your life. If this reading does not resonate, check your moon sign, that is your private and emotional side, or get a private reading from someone that you trust. Here we go for our Cancers. Okay, Cancers, the overall energy of your reading, the Five of Wands, you're up in your head. You've been either bickering with someone or just mentally struggling with anxiety and thoughts, and there's confusion, stress. This is surrounding your entire reading. Let's find out why. Up here in your highest energy is the Star card. Now this is a good card for healing. Very, very spiritual, deep healing. This is seeing your own reflection come back at you and remembering the essence of who you are, right down to your bare bones. This is the card for Aquarius. Aquarius might be strong in your chart or might be strong in someone else's chart around this reading. So these are the two strongest energy cards in your entire reading. So I think you're healing over some stress, anxiety, confusion, possibly some arguments, something like that. But you have gone into this place of healing, and this healing is just about over with. This is the Ten of Swords, the card of the end. Okay? And it comes through truth and clarity. So through this healing, you find a lot of truth. You find a lot of clarity. And it's about what went down here that's surrounding the entire reading. On the other side of the Ten of Swords is the Page of Swords. So you come out of it on the other side with your sword up. Which is good. Self-protection. You're not like running around swinging the sword everywhere, but you do have it up. So you're going to be aware of the energies that get close to you. And you're just in self-protection mode, and you're moving forward that way. I have the Strength card under the Star card. This is the card for Leo. So Leo might be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. But there is an infinity symbol that is a symbol of intuition and knowing. And so what this card is telling me is that you're going to know what to do out of all this healing, and you're going to find the strength and the courage to do it. Beautiful. It has to do with the overall energy. See how close it is? This whole reading is about that overall energy and you healing over it. I have the World card here on the other side of the Five of Wands and under the Page of Swords. So you're moving forth. You're entering a new life cycle here with your sword up. So things are changing. All this healing, putting an end to the healing, moving forward, doing what you know that you need to do, includes moving into a new life cycle. I have the Six of Pentacles under the Strength card. So one thing that your intuition is telling you and that you know is that you've been breadcrumbed. And I think moving forth with your sword up into a new life cycle, you're not going to allow that kind of energy back into your life again. Yeah, you were breadcrumbed. They were throwing your scales off balance, feeding the relationship just enough to try to keep it afloat, but, really not putting the effort in. Looks like you spoke up about it. Looks like it wore on you. And it came up, and it came brewed from the bottom of your feet and came out your mouth with the Page of Wands. And that is right under the Five of Wands, and that's probably where a lot of this stress and anxiety came from, and arguing about how they were treating this relationship, how they were making you feel in this relationship. You're holding on to a staff, a fresh starts and new beginnings right here, and we know there's a new life cycle coming in. You may have even said, hey, look, you can't take this breadcrumbing anymore. There could have been an argument of sorts. And but you stuck to yourself. You stuck to your true self, and you knew that you couldn't take it anymore. And you really, I feel like part of this conversation was that you really needed to move forward. I have the Nine of Wands next to the Page of Wands and under the World card. This is being in it. This is at your wit's end. I think this is something you need to talk about, that you've reached your wit's end, that you can't take this anymore. And this is what's allowing you to move forward. You first entered this period of healing over all this. You will be moving forward. We need to know more. Definitely. For Cancer's universe, what else do they need to know? For our Cancers. So I have the Four of Pentacles up in your highest energy. This is next to the Page of Swords. You're going to stay in this mode as you move forward into your new life cycle. Yeah, you're just kind of, you get through your healing. You let all the healing go. You put an end to all this Five of Wands energy. You're moving forward. You're entering a new life cycle. And it's like, you know, you're just sticking to your guns here. You're sticking to keeping your sword up. It's like, nobody's going to budge me from what I want from life. Nobody's going to keep me from getting what I want in life. And it's like, that's it. That's where your mind is at. You want to be grounded and you want to be stable in your life. And that's where you want to be. And you're not going to let anybody change that. And that's how I feel you go forth in your new life cycle. I have the Hermit right next to the Four of Pentacles. The Hermit is the card for Virgo. Virgo might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But this is your energy. And what you're doing is you're seeking your path forward. And the Hermit is here. This is the universe. Very spiritual. This is time you've spent alone, trying to figure out your path forward. We know you're entering a new life cycle. And what it's going to look like. Okay, so I look around the Hermit. And the Hermit is shining the lantern on the Four of Pentacles. So they're showing you that you are not changing your perspective as far as moving forward. I think you're going to keep your sword up just like it is here, and you will be moving forward that way. And I think they're saying, like, stick to that, stick to it. Don't waver from that right now. What you're looking for, and they know about it, is the Hierophant, the energy of the Hierophant. This is Taurus, by the way. Taurus might be strong in someone's chart around this reading. But the Hierophant is about traditional values, traditional morals. It's a very grounded, secure, stable. It can represent marriage. So I think they're saying just stay true to yourself, stick to what you want, to what you know you want, and what you know you don't want. Stick to it, follow that path, okay? And the Hierophant will follow. Under the Four of Pentacles is the Four of Wands. Looky here. Okay, so Cancers, right next to this new life cycle, right under, staying true to yourself and just really staying with keeping your sword up, okay? Don't let your guard down. Just keep your guard up. And in will come the soulmate. This is a divine soulmate. 1111, union between two people. There's a lot of joy and a lot of love associated with this card. This card can represent marriage. We got two in a row that can represent marriage. It's definitely about union. And right next to the Four of Wands is the Empress. And this is right under the Hermit. So let's look at this card. Okay, the universe, the Hermit, that really wants you to realize what kind of person you are, male or female. All cards are male or female. You're very loving and kind and respectful and considerate and thoughtful and on and on. You have many beautiful qualities about you. Being a human being. So whoever you let in your life in, it sounds like they're coming in. Because I have the Four of Wands right next to the Empress. They must have a lot of those same qualities, and I think they're coming in. The Empress can be Libra or Taurus, so that gives us 2 for Taurus if we're counting, but the energies is what matters the most. I have the Queen of Pentacles next to the Empress. Now, actually, this is Earth energy, which is right under the Hierophant, which is Taurus is Earth, and the Empress can be Taurus, which is Earth, and here we have an Earth energy of the Queen of Pentacles. And so this could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. We also have two for Virgo. But look, you are just totally concentrating on that pentacle. You want a secure and stable and grounded, right under the Hierophant. You want commitment. You want security. I mean, you want it. You want the things that are very traditional. You want what serves you. This is what you're looking for, and you're going to stick to it. The universe wants you to stick to it because the right person is out there and the right person is coming along. So just stick to what you want and what you need. That's your advice in this reading from the Hermit. I have the Three of Cups under the Four of Wands. Now look at this. This can be a reunion. You know, I think it's kind of like giving a... Let me look at this. Because we have the Nine of Wands where you reach your wits' end. Oh, I think whoever this is that you were bickering with and that you had to heal from in order to move into a new life cycle, I think they try to come back in. And I think they try to present themselves here because it's whoever you were at your wits' end with. I think they try to come back in. And they want a reunion. And they want you to believe that they can provide you love and joy. Well, you don't accept it. You turn your back on it. I got the Eight of Cups right next to it. You're like, nope, I'm sticking true to myself. Nope, I'm listening to the universe. Nope, I'm listening to intuition, and I'm going to hold out for what I know serves me. Okay? So you do turn your back on that offer when they come back in. All you see in that offer are spilled cups. There's three of them here. But this is the Five of Cups. There's your cups of hope. And that's what you're holding out for. You're holding out for the hope and love. And you're not going to settle for this other energy anymore. Wow, Cancer. And you're being very strong. You're being very, like I say, you heal right down to your bare bones. You know what it is you want. You know what it is you don't want. And I don't think you want this prior relationship. I think there's someone else coming in for you that actually does have what you want. And that's what the Hermit's trying to point out here. Just stick to your guns. Stay true to yourself. And you will get the person that is meant to be in your life to bring you all this love and joy and commitment and security. What's on the bottom of the deck? The King of Cups. This is you, Cancer. This is your it's water energy. The King of Cups is very mature. It lands right on the Page of Swords. So you have a huge cup of love that you could give out if you wanted to, but you're hanging on to it. You've got it close to your body. You're not reaching out with it. And that's the thing about the King of Cups. You can love. You're a big lover, okay? You have lots of love, but you're holding true, okay? And you are sticking to your beliefs and what you want, and that is how you're moving forward, and that is your advice. If you've been seeking advice, that is your advice from the universe, because there's someone out there who is the right person for you. So wow, Cancers, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.